Hey, what's up guys? Matt here with Fix Anything Save Money. Today we are going to be showing you how to replace the carburetor on this Craftsman leaf blower. This is model 430 CFM. So we're going to be showing you step by step how to replace the carburetor in this machine. So, you know, if you go to start it and it either doesn't start at all, or it starts and stalls and it kind of runs really rough, it's most likely an issue with a gummed up carburetor, and I like to just straight up replace them. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So yeah, just stick with me for a little bit and we'll show you how to do that. So the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to remove this air filter cover, and you could see right here there's a little tab. So we're just going to kind of press that in and push, and that's going to release this door. Okay, and then this door just comes right off. You can see there's just little hinges here. Try to get some more light in there so you could see better. Okay, and then we have the air filter here. This is a good time to clean and maintain the air filter. So you could, I like to wash this out with like soapy water, like Dawn, and hot water. Let it dry on a windowsill before you put it back in. You don't want to put these back in wet. And sometimes, you know, this filter will be stuck right in here. So if you don't see it, it's most likely just in this cover. Okay. So what that's going to do is give us access to these two bolts right here. And we're going to access them with a T25 driver. So really the only tools we're going to need here, T25 driver, and then I like to have just a little flathead handy to remove the fuel lines. So we're just going to go ahead and loosen these bolts, rotating them counterclockwise. So there's one. You can see what they look like. And then this is going to loosen up the carburetor. This is the only thing other than the throttle cable and the fuel lines that are holding the carburetor on. Okay, so just kind of hold it in place, pull your other bolt out, and then you can take off this little cover, set that off to the side, and then you can see there's a little gasket here. So the new carburetor kits come with all of this. They'll come with a new gasket and everything. I'm not going to put a brand new one on. I'm just showing you the process so you could do it in the future. This one is still running pretty decent. Okay, so now all we have to do is take off this throttle cable. You can see how it's hooked on here. So we're just going to rotate this up and just kind of hold it with your finger. And then we're just going to take the throttle cable right here and just push down, and that's going to release it. Okay. And then the only thing we have now is our fuel lines. So if you have a full tank of fuel, which we do, we're going to cause a little bit of a mess here, but I'm going to put an oil catch pan down. You could either get an oil catch pan before you start this and loosen this cap, dump all the fuel out, and then press your priming bulb and, you know, expel all of the fuel out of the carburetor. But we're not going to do that right now. We're just going to pretty much grab an oil catch pan just so we don't spill any on our workbench. Okay, so we know that this goes on just like this. And then we're going to take our lines here. So I just want you to be aware of these lines and what they do. So this line right here, if you're looking at it, it goes to this forward part of the tank. Now, if someone replaced the fuel lines on yours might be a little bit different. But on this, the line that's coming up into this nozzle, the one behind the priming bulb, that is when you press the priming bulb, that takes fuel out of the tank and it loads the carburetor with fuel. And then any excess fuel comes out right here on this smaller line. So this smaller line just terminates like maybe an inch down into the tank, but this line is connected to your fuel filter. So if you're wondering what's what, this line right here, if you open this cap, you'll see a fuel filter, and this line is connected to that filter. Okay? So now we know we could just take a little flathead and pry off these lines. Okay, And again, here's how it sits, just like this. Then you would take your new carburetor, or if you were just cleaning this one, you know, and you were going to put it back together, you would literally just put everything back in the way I just showed you. Here's our smaller fuel line. That goes, so you could see when you press that button, all your fuel is expelling out of this one right here. So we're just going to put this in, and then when you go to, so there's our one line, and then here's our line that actually is going to suck our fuel up right there. So the fuel comes up through here, loads the carburetor, excess fuel dumps back into the tank. Okay. Now, and this is also a good time to inspect these fuel lines. These like to dry rot out. I did replace these recently with new fuel lines, so that's why they might look a little different than yours. These are brand new fuel lines. Okay, so now that we have that done, we can go ahead and install it again. First thing we're going to do now that we have our fuel lines hooked back up, we're just going to take our cable, and I like to just kind of tilt this like so, and just loop it around here, like that. So there's what that looks like, and I'll do it again. That's just to hook up your throttle cable. Just tilt the carburetor up, and just hook it right in. That hole right there. Just hook it in, and then just rotate it. Okay, and then just hold the carburetor kind of in place to where you would normally, so there's what it looks like. And then I like to just kind of hold the carburetor in place before I put the bolts. Squeeze your trigger and just make sure everything moves as it should, and it does. Okay, so now that we have our throttle cable hooked back up, we could grab our bolts and our cover. Okay, and then just kind of, you could either put your bolts in like here, like that, and then put them through the carburetor. Like so. And then we're just going to attach them to the engine. And then I like to tighten these kind of one at a time, kind of like you would lug nuts on a car, just so nothing binds up. They should go in very easy. And then I just tighten them down. You know, I don't go crazy with it. Okay, so now all that's back together. Now we could go ahead and put our air filter back on, and that just fits over the outside of this cover. Sorry, this is kind of in the way. Just like that. So there's what that looks like. And then these hinges right here, they just fit into these grooves. There's one here and one here. So you just want to make sure that those are in place. And then you just close it, snap it, and then just kind of give it a pull, make sure, you know, nothing's loose. These hinges could be a little bit hard to get in, but they just kind of fit in behind it. And there you have it. Okay, so now if you're curious about the starting sequence of this, you pretty much, you know, prime your carburetor 10 times, move it over to start, and then you keep this on low up here. You want that on low, and then all you're going to do is pull this, pull start a few times. You'll hear the engine start, cut off, and then all you're going to do is switch it over to run, like that. Pull it, and then it should start and run. I like to let the engine warm up for a few minutes, let it get up to operating temperature, and then you should be good to go. So you guys, if you have any questions at all, be sure to reach out in the comments section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, if this video helped you out, be sure to give it a like, be sure to subscribe to the channel, check out all of my other tool and DIY videos. Yeah guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.